This is the story about how becoming a mom changes you as a woman.
When I look into my child's face, their first love, their embrace, I forget myself and I'm floating in space.
These days, families are more far-flung than ever. It's not uncommon to have relatives scattered all over the country or even the world, and many parents even spend time on the road for work. Today we're talking to Dr. Ron Levine, clinical psychologist and father, as we discuss why is it important for our children to stay connected with family. So Dr. Ron, why is it so important for our kids to stay connected to our family, especially when sometimes they can be a big pain in the ass, to be quite honest?
Right, because your primary attachment, the one that you have first, and it's going to sort of nurture you throughout your life, is going to be the early family attachments. That's why they're so important.
Wow.
Okay, you know what, that's great, but the thing is, my husband travels a lot for work. How often should the kids be having some sort of contact with him?
I think if you're away, if you're a parent, certainly once a day. For grandparents and other extended family members you're close to, my gut would say once a week.
I haven't seen my dad since I was like 20-something years old, and so my kids always ask me, are we ever going to meet your dad? And I was like, not unless you're planning on going to a trailer park in Portland, you're not going to meet him.
There you go.
So, I mean,
every kid wants to know, where did I come from? Bobby is from Cincinnati. Where am I from?
Right, heritage.
And not only where am I from, but where were my parents from?
Right.
Where were my grandparents from? So you have this kind of history over time. It's called narrative in the brain. How we stay in touch with those who nurture us. And if we're lucky, it'll start with family, branch out to friends, include extended family. So when you have that, you want to keep it going. And in today's world, where technology allows us to be apart and also allows us to be together, I think that's important.
Listen, my husband right now is out of the country working.
There you go.
And we talk, the kids talk, you know, texting, the various kind of sending photos that we can do.
Right.
All of that stuff has definitely made a huge change. Say, Daddy! Daddy! Ah, that's cute!
More than texting, I love that face-to-face
Me
stuff
too.
because we're talking about images. Now, we know in the brain, if you imagine something, it's the same for the brain as actually doing it.
If
Absolutely
I imagine
true.
Pilates,
Right. That's correct. It's absolutely accurate.
I love it.
Excuse me,
It's true.
I'm running on the treadmill.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way,
I look like Cindy Crawford.
well, by the way, when do we have the greatest amount of imagination? When we're children.
So true.
So
That's so funny
we
that
want to
you're saying
enhance their imaginative experiences and have Daddy send the toys or the little postcards and the little pictures in my day. Images are so important in our lives.
My friends will say, I can't believe you're going to let your kids stay with your mom. They stay up
your
till
mom's
1.
great.
Yeah, but they stay up till 1 in the morning. They watch Britney Spears videos. Then they turn around, they eat chocolate sundaes whenever they want.
That's what
they stay in
grandmas
their
are for,
pajamas all day.
Right.
Most children have a ball with grandparents, and it's a very important part of their lives if it's available to them.
But I think that it's important also to take the time. I mean, I want to make Sundays the day that we call, like, the grandparents and the great-grandparents and just make that time. Somehow we've never kind of, like, carved out that time.
That's a great idea. I think I'm a little more lazy because I've got them in my backyard.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
you're
a
here with
fabulous
them.
idea because then you have what we call anticipation. People enjoy feeling regarded by those who love us.
Oh my gosh, I
Right,
just
that's
came
very
back from
true.
Mexico and I told Jen, I'm like, Jen, I bought you this present.
I
but
know,
I
and I'm like,
forgot
and I
today."
should tell you, I'm so
You're
excited.
waiting,
I
right?
think you did.
It's the president. You're waiting. You'll see it, and you'll know.
No, and I actually thought, oh, that's so sweet. Like, she was,
That's sweet.
when I imagined her on her vacation thinking about me.
Now watch this. And it felt like,
It made me feel so loved.
right, and think about a child.
Oh, that's because you are loved.
Of
Right,
course,
thank
but
you.
think about a child when that happens, realizes that their parent or their grandmother or grandparent was thinking about them when they were away. The same thing happens only tenfold.
I'm just going to make sure that we spend that time to make those calls, and I'm going to make that effort. I think
Right.
part of it, too, is sometimes I feel like the effort should come from others. I'm going to make sure I make that effort a little more.
And you're so right. We don't make time to create the connections that are so important. Connection requires time.
And it also requires putting your own crap aside and letting your kids
Absolutely.
have the experience
Exactly.
and not bringing your stuff with
You
it.
got it.
Helping our kids stay connected to family gives them a sense of history and pride. With so much technology at our fingertips, it's never been easier. So don't hesitate. There's never going to be a perfect time to reach out to relatives, but the love and security your kids will feel is surely worth the effort. Remember, we're all in this together.
Would you like to be on Mom Life? Come visit our community at jenandbarb.com.
And find out how you and your mom life can be on our show. This episode is brought to you by Verizon Wireless.
They jump so high.